So this email landed at 2:47 a.m. and by 2:52, the lead had already received a personalized follow-up. Claude researched the company, scored them against the ICP, and had the response drafted and ready to send. Nobody touched it. So Anthropic just dropped something called routines, and I've already got 2 of them running in a real work. So let me show you what they actually look like. So these are actual systems that are live right now. Now, most people think Claude needs you there. You type, it responds, you steer it. But routines are different. Routines run on Anthropic's cloud. Your computer doesn't have to be on. You don't have to be anywhere near it. Claude fires on a schedule, a webhook, or an API call and just handles it. No babysitting, no steering. So what I've built is this. Now, one routine runs every morning before I'm up. Reads the 4 AI newsletters, extracts news, tools, and sponsors, and logs everything into Notion. And the other fires the moment a lead hits a form, researches the company, scores them, and sends a personalized follow-up email back to them. I'm going to show you both live and walk you through the setup. Because here's the thing, there are tasks in every business that have a completely clear, repeatable logic to them. Qualifying leads, reading newsletters, writing follow-ups, they're not hard, but they happen every single day. And they eat time that should be going somewhere else. And what's always been missing is something that can actually run those tasks without you, not just assist you while you are there. Well, routines are the first thing I've seen that actually does that. So a routine, as you can see, is just a prompt that runs without you. So basically, you just write instructions once, pick a trigger, and Claude executes it on Anthropic's infrastructure, not on your machine. So there are 3 trigger types. So we've got a schedule trigger, a GitHub event, and an API. So as you know, schedule, it runs maybe hourly or every minute. And the API trigger, it's triggered when something external triggers it. So think of a form submission, a new CRM entry, anything that can fire a HTTP request. Now, for the GitHub event, you call it programmatically from another system. And the key thing is that every run is stateless. So it spins up, reads your GitHub repo, runs the prompt, outputs the results, and closes. Nothing passes between runs, except what you deliberately write somewhere. Let's look at both of mine. A quick tutorial. So if you want to create a new routine, so I went to this website. So you can either create it from this URL link or from your Claude Code. So if you go to Claude Code and click on scheduled, you can also spin up a new remote task from here. And so if you do so let's go back to the website. So you'll click select a new routine. You're going to give it a name, and then here you're going to prompt it. So what should it do after it's triggered? And you can choose any of these triggers or all of them. Right at the bottom, we've got the connectors. So these are the connectors you already hooked up to your Claude account. So I'm talking the ones that were here in the customize connectors section. So this right here. So the first one was the newsletter brief. So you'll notice here we have the prompt. So we're telling it every morning it should do the following automatically. So the job is to first calculate yesterday's date, and then it should search Gmail for each newsletter. And here I've given a list of the newsletters it's supposed to scan. And then it's supposed to read each email and then extract 3 things per issue. So it's supposed to extract the news, the tools, and the sponsors. And then for each email processed, it's going to create a new Notion database. So I hooked up Notion to my Claude account. And then it's going to fill this in the field. So it's going to give us the issue title, the newsletter, the date, the news, the tools, and the sponsors, as well as the source. And if you look at the previous run, you'll notice it's supposed to actually run at 8 a.m. every single day. So you'll notice if I click on one of the results, it's gonna take me to a Notion page. And you'll notice here we're storing the news, the newsletter, the source, the sponsors, as well as the tools. So this is one of the workflows that really helps me out as a creator to get to know what's going on in the AI community and all this other stuff. Now, so like I said, for the connectors, you just simply click this plus button, click Browse Connectors, and then you'll add Gmail and Notion from this drop-down list. Now, the next workflow I built is this lead qualification. And this was a bit interesting because this uses the API trigger. And this is how it works. So if you create a new routine, so let's call this test API routine. So here's where you put your prompt. And then we select API. You'll notice it's going to give us this curl or something. That's how it's supposed to get structured. And then we're going to click Add Trigger. And then let's just give it a random prompt. And then if we go ahead and click Create, it gives you a token. So you're going to copy this token, and then you click Done. So once you copy it, you can never access it again. You're going to copy the endpoint also. And what I did is I went to Claude Code. Now, if you copy this endpoint, it's going to give you a curl that looks something like this. So I pasted this into Claude and just told it to test if this endpoint is working. Remember, I had to put my API key after bearer, because if you copy it, it doesn't automatically add the API key. It went ahead and tested it and then said that the email is the endpoint is working correctly. And what I did next was actually build a lead form using localhost. So here is the form. So every single time a lead fills this form, what the AI does, so if you go back to the routine that we already have, the lead qualification, so you'll notice it's a lead qualification agent for this company, so Novacast Systems, and it's a B2B platform that provides real-time production monitoring and predictive maintenance for mid-market manufacturers. So basically they connect factory floor equipment via IoT sensors and predict machine failures 48 to 72 hours in advance. And their pricing is a 4K a month. So we are telling it what it's supposed to do. So once a lead fills out the form and the data is sent to this workflow here, it needs to research the lead, their company, and produce a qualification report. And it's also supposed to draft an email and leave it in my inbox waiting for somebody to hit send. So the same way it did here. And then here we're giving it our ideal customer. So this is our ideal customer profile. And then the steps it's supposed to take. So it's going to pass, research the company, research the contact, score the lead, draft a short personalized follow-up email, all that. And then the lead qualification report, we're giving it the structure. And then it's supposed to draft a personalized follow-up email. And then push it to the Gmail connector. Now, if you look at a previous run, you'll notice, so this was the company. So this right here was the company. And then it went ahead and researched my company. And then it got my company size, my ICP. So ICP fit score is cold because my company is not a factory. And then it gave us the reasoning and then the pain points identified. And that's basically it. So you don't have to do this manually every time. And you actually don't need to draft the follow-up message. the follow-up email could go automatically to the lead as soon as they fill the form. And you'll notice in the routines, you can deactivate or activate them over here. You can test by clicking run now, or you can also edit or delete them. Now we can also view our scheduled triggers from a calendar. Now you can notice, so you'll notice here every single day we have the newsletter brief, which is the one that's hooked to a scheduled trigger. And remember, if you want to create a scheduled trigger job, so you'll click new routine, give it a name, again, give it a description. It's supposed to be descriptive enough, and then select a scheduled trigger, and then select how often it's supposed to run. And that's it. It doesn't have a lot of stuff to configure like the API. Now, back to this test API routine. So you can edit and then add another trigger. So you're not limited to one. You can either remove or add another trigger. So we can select a repository. So if you had hooked up GitHub to your Claude account, you have the ability to select a repository. A pop-up is going to appear here. It's gonna ask you to configure. It's gonna ask you to install and authorize Claude into your GitHub, and you're just going. It's just a straightforward process. You'll simply install and authorize, and you should be set up. So, two things worth knowing before you try this yourself. So first, the limits on Pro, you get 5 routine runs a day. Max is 15. Enterprise is 25. For a scheduled routine like the newsletter one, that's plenty. For a webhook, like the lead qualification, it depends on your inbound volume. But for most people, 15 a day is more than enough. Second, what if it fails? Now, every run is logged and you can go back and see exactly what happened. And I'd recommend adding one line to the end of any routine prompt. So tell it, if this run fails for any reason, send me a Slack message or email or anything of that sort, so you're not flying blind. Drop a comment with what routine you'd build first. I read everyone.